Thank you all for being here again. Like I said, my name is Ryan Aventis, and we are. So part of this today is, to really cap off our week, the first week of Advent, Candle of Hope, Faith, Testimony, Prophecy. There's lots of different names for it, but the wholeness of that, there is one absolute, Jesus Christ. And with that being said, the verse that we're going to be, that you can pull up here, let's see, we got Isaiah 6. This is the season. If you don't know, please understand that even if you don't believe in this, if you don't have the same belief as me or somebody else in the chat, it's okay. You're loved. We love you anyways. We want you to be here. And my beliefs do not require you to believe the same thing. So, Isaiah 9:6. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government will be upon his shoulder, and his name will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. And that is a prophecy of what's to come. Christ, the Savior, the birth of the Son. Now, part of this is a testimonial. I'm only going to go a little bit into it. The full thing would take hours. So that being said, let's just go over since COVID. I came to God knowing about Jesus, not knowing necessarily who he was, but about Jesus when I was younger. I think I was, let's see, is that a smidge? I think I was in junior high, 6th grade, somewhere in there. It's been a long. Then I first gave my heart, my life to Jesus, and I was baptized. From there, I was in like youth groups, and I did the worship team at church. And before all that, I was actually raised up as a Catholic, and I ended up at a Protestant church, very big on celebrating the Advent. They did a whole festival. And it was a wonderful church for the time that I was in. But in that time, there was things that happened and people that influenced my life that I shouldn't have let influence. I walked away and I turned away and turned back, and it was kind of a flip-flop part of my life, and I just kind of went back and forth, going to church every day. Did that all the way until my wife, and kind of rededicated myself and all that. And then there's been a lot of other things that have happened, but more recently, January 2021, I ended up getting really sick. I got COVID, which made it easy for my body to submit to pneumonia, and I ended up getting double pneumonia, which is, if you don't know, it's pneumonia in both of your lungs. That was at a time when a real possibility that I could die. I was very close to dying. Possibility that I could pass away in the hospital away from them not being able to see me. $18 I was in the ER because they didn't have a bed for me. All the way until 2 or 3 days after that, I could actually breathe semi-regularly, being off of oxygen for a short period of time. And like, it's still touch and go. I had nurses coming in telling me that I need to work harder to be able to breathe, because if I get put on a ventilator, I'm going to die. I prayed from the time the ambulance picked me up at my home. I kept praying. I kept praying. Let me make it home to my family. It was a really dark and hard time because I was alone in the hospital for 40 days. I was on 90% oxygen. It's part of it, and it took a very long time for me to get off of oxygen. Say like 2 or 3 months after I got out of the hospital, I was still on oxygen. Excuse me. But it was definitely not an easy time, and prayer, having the use of my phone, be able to have a Bible there with me. The Lord sent me a person, a respiratory therapist who'd been traveling and working in different hospitals since the beginning of COVID, who had dealt with exactly what I was dealing with. In many cases, and knew what needed to be done. And it was through her I was able to see God physically in front of me as the hope that I needed. About 2 weeks, if I was gonna make it home. Saying, oh, you're getting better, but like, I'm not breathing well. And comes in and just a couple knobs, go, we're gonna do this. And then I start immediately seeing a change. My breathing and how strong that. And I started being able to go down on my oxygen during the day and not having the mask on so often. And that's when it looked like I could actually go. So from January 9th of 2021 till February 18th. February 18th. I was in the hospital. I knew I was feeling better, like at the beginning of February, Super Bowl hits, and I'm like, cool, but every day I prayed, every single day, 40 days, 40 nights, I prayed. I even attempted to play video games in the hospital because, but I prayed every day that like my wife and kids were doing okay. We didn't have really an income coming in at the time, but for the disability that was kicking in, the stuff that was supposed to kick in, but some of it didn't kick in until after I got home. But like, it was a mess. So it was probably the hardest time, and one of those things where I just didn't know what was going to happen next. Yeah. That's where my hope and faith solidified, knowing that Jesus was there for me, that God was there to make sure that I was taken care of. Hey, as always, man. How are you, sir? Thank you. I see. I don't. But yeah, that's where my faith is solidified. The knowing of Jesus. I know better than anticipated, better than expected. What do you mean? Yeah. He's provided. Oh, last bit, yeah. I was just, I'm gonna be posting this everywhere, so I'm actually gonna post it in the Discord once there's definitely one. But I was just giving an account of my 40 days in the hospital, and I almost died, literally, and Jesus really showed himself, his presence in my life, and it's probably the most days in a row I've ever prayed when I had nothing else but the Lord right there. Okay, yeah. With my sound done? Okay. Yeah, no, I was every single day for 40 days, day and night, I prayed. Felt more like Noah, as it's raining, and really it's just him, his family, and God doing what God's doing. And even then I didn't truly know what was going to be the outcome. Like, the doctor said I mean, I'm not even 100% now. I don't think my lungs are still probably, I think I was probably 80% last year. This year I might be closer to 95%, but God showed his presence by sending me somebody. Been just through it the whole time since the beginning of COVID. Respiratory therapist, she knew exactly what to do, and it changed my outcome like that, just out of his design. That person came in, had been traveling, got sent there along with a few other people that, nurses and stuff that were traveling that were just amazing, who knew exactly how to take care of me and what to do. And I wasn't until like 2 weeks in, so it was very, very awesome. Timing is kind of his thing. Yeah. Yeah, it is. My hope, my faith. It wasn't rocky or anything like that beforehand, but like that definitely let me see more of who God is. If that makes sense. It allowed me to see his works in action in a more readily close-up perspective. That, and then like later that year, I ended up losing my job. But it was, I think, August 17th, I ended up losing my job right after that. So I'm still mildly recovering. Lose my job. We have money. Not much. I'm praying. I'm letting people know where we're at. And again, he uses somebody from his kingdom to be able to provide for my family. And then later that November, in a way of, I need to look past myself and look at all the options available. My wife's able to get a job that's, making substantially more than what I was making. And right after that, our car dies. Completely destroyed. And we have to go about and get a new one right then and there. But God kind of just orchestrated the whole thing to where it worked out. So there's no doubt in my mind where my hope lies and where my faith is. Because I know who Jesus is. I know what he stands for. And I know what he does in my life. And I just keep praying. Keep praying for everyone else. Because on top of everything that he showed me that my prayers are heard. He showed me that he's listening when I talk to him. And when I read the words in the Bible, those are speaking to me and growing me and feeding my spiritual body. So, yeah. Super grateful. That being said, we're gonna take a brief break to make a quick transition here. I love you all, and I will catch you shortly. Those of you that are watching this on YouTube, I want to thank you for watching, and I hope this inspires your faith, this encourages you, and edifies your life. And I hope to see you in my live streams as they hit Twitch. Thank you all.